A very good morning, class. So as you all know, we have already completed 80% of lesson number 8, that is probability distribution class. We have finished exercise 8.1, 8.3 and 8.4, dealing with binomial, Poisson and what is a PMF, that is probability mass function, and how to prepare probability distribution table. Along with that, we have also finished the miscellaneous exercise relating to these particular sums. Today class, we are going to start with how to find out the probability distribution of a continuous random variable. If you remember class, I had already explained you all, there are two types of variables. One is discrete, जो भी हम अब तक solve कर रहे थे. Those were examples of discrete random variable. And what was the meaning of discrete? Those things which are countable in nature. Okay. Now we are going to calculate for continuous random variable the probability distribution. And what do you mean by continuous random variables? Those variables which are measurable, जिसको हम measure कर सकते हैं. So let's have a look. And before we start with the exercise, let's have a look at the introduction part. So today we are going to learn probability distribution of a continuous random variable, which is exercise 8.2. So we are going to learn about PDF. What is PDF? Probability distribution function. Now for example, consider X to be a continuous random variable with values in the interval a comma b. So the probability distribution function of X can be defined as an integrable function that satisfies the following two conditions. Now, when I say integrable means, in your Maths 1 section class, you have studied about derivatives and integration. In integration, you learned that this particular sign is called as the integration sign, which was developed by Leibniz. He is considered to be the one for propagating and using the symbol and introducing this symbol, and which has been used for a very, very long time. Also, the next chapter of integration, that is lesson number 6, deals with definite integrals, wherein this particular integration has got lower limit and upper limit. So whenever we are going to find probability distribution of a continuous random variable X, it will be in the form of integration like this. So these two conditions should be satisfied. Number one, f of x should be greater or equal to 0. That means it cannot be negative. The function of x, the frequency of x cannot be negative for all x belonging to a comma b. Second thing, integration a to b, f of x dx should be equal to 1. So that means whatever integrals may be, lower limit to upper limit, the integration of f of x dx should be equal to 1. Okay. So I hope you are clear with what is a PDF. So variable or the function x can be said to have a PDF with a random variable x only when f of x is greater or equal to 0 and integral a to b f of x dx will be equal to 1. So remember these two conditions class for a PDF. As you can see, the same conditions were when we used to calculate probability mass function PMF. Remember, P of x should be greater than equal to 0 or summation of probability of x ka column should be equal to 1. But both of them are totally different, so please don't connect them together. Next is CDF, that is cumulative distribution function. So cumulative distribution function, as you all know, is represented as capital F of x. This we have already learned in first exercise. So it is denoted by capital F and defined as f of x is equal to 0 when x is greater or equal to a, and integral a to x f of x dx for all the values of x greater or equal to a. Now, one more important thing you have to keep in mind, that cumulative distribution function or CDF of a discrete random variable was a step function, while the CDF of a continuous random variable is a continuous function. That means in case of discrete random variable, there used to be a full stop. Step by step, we used to subtract and we used to get the answer. Correct? But to calculate CDF of a continuous random variable, it is a continuous function. There is no limit of stopping it. So with this introduction, let us start with exercise 8.2, sum number 1. So pay attention class when I'm explaining you all the sum. Check whether each of the following is a PDF or not. So you have to first tell or identify whether both of these functions are PDF or not. So let's have a look how to calculate for a PDF. Remember class, all the values should be greater or equal to 0. And second thing, integral A to B should be equal to 1. So when these two conditions are satisfied, then only you can say that it is a PDF. So let's begin with the first question. F of x, there are two values of f of x given. One is x and the other one is 2 minus x. The conditions which you can see are nothing but the integrals over here class. So the integrals for x will be 0 to 1 and integrals for 2 minus x will be 1 to 2. Okay. So let's have a look how to start the sum. So this is the question. F of x was given to us. Now, f of x is a PDF of x if both of the values are greater equal to 0. And second thing, integral minus infinity to infinity or a to b f of x dx equals 1. So let's see whether on solving we get the value to be equal to 1 or not. So on taking the question, here we are having two functions as you can see. So integral 0 to 1, as I told you, the values on the right side represent जो function, जो condition डाली है, वो उनका integrals है. So the smaller integral is written down and the upper integral, the upper limit of the integral is written up. So 0 is the lower limit and 1 is the upper limit. Similarly in 1 and 2, 1 is the lower limit and 2 is the upper limit. So integral 0 to 1 x dx plus integral 1 to 2, 2 minus x dx. Now you must have learned the formula of integration in Maths 1 already. If not, then please do study because it is required over here. So integration of x is nothing but x square upon 2. That is, we use the formula x raised to n over here. Okay. So x raised to n ka formula is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So integral of x is nothing but x square upon 2. And once you have put the formula of integration, the integrals transfer on the right hand side. And 0 to 1 gets transferred here. Now as you can see, there's a minus sign in between. So minus tells us you have to do the integration separately. So I bring 2 in front as it is constant. So 2 integration 1 to 2, 1 remains inside, 1 dx minus integration 1 to 2 x dx. Now I will integrate all the two remaining functions together because the first one we have already finished. So x square upon 2, 0 to 1 plus 2 into integration of 1 is x minus integration of x is again x square upon 2. So the integrals gets transferred to the right side and it becomes 1 to 2. Now, as you know, when we put the integrals, the formula states that from the upper limit, you have to subtract the lower limit. And these are the values of x. तो आपको x का जो भी दोनों upper limits है and lower limits है, जो भी दो limits है, उसमें से upper limit minus lower limit करना है and you have to substitute the limits in x. So as you can see, x square को मैंने लिखा 1 square upon 2 minus 0 square upon 2 will give you 0. In the similar manner, in the second function, we'll put 2 first and then subtract 1. So as you can see, 2 into 2 minus 2 square upon 2 minus again minus y because this is the one function जिसमें हमने 2 डाला है. अब 2 में से हमको lower limit subtract करना है. So 2 into 1 minus 1 square upon 2. So on solving this further, you get these values, which is half minus 0 gives you half. 2 square gives you 4 minus 4 upon 2 minus 2 minus 1 upon 2. So on cancelling, 2 ones are 2 twos are 4. I get 4 minus 2. And over here, I've done cross multiply or rationalizing the denominator. 2 twos are 4 minus 1 upon 2. So half plus 4 minus 2 gives you a 2 and 4 minus 1 gives you 3 by 2. So again, I've cross multiplied and rationalized the denominator. So 2 twos are 4 minus 3 upon 2. So 4 minus 3 gives you 1 upon 2. Half plus half, as both the denominators are same. So you will add the numerators together. So 2 upon 2 answer is 1. So finally we got the answer to be as 1 class, and that is what was our requirement. So what can I say? That both the functions x and 2 minus x are PDF of a random variable x. और ये आपको तभी समझेगा when you have followed and learned integration properly. So class, I request all of you to first learn and practice integration, only then come to this particular exercise. Otherwise, you won't be able to understand. So first, go through the integration and definite integration ka chapter, and only after that, come to this particular exercise. Moving on to the second one, f of x is given to be as 2. And the condition put is 0 less than x less than 1. So that means we can take the integrals as 0 to 1. So let's have a look how to solve this particular sum. So f of x is equal to 2 given. For a PDF, as usual, you have to first write the condition. Minus infinity to infinity, f of x dx should be equal to 1. So f of x is given to us as 2. So we'll put the integral 0 to 1, 2 dx. Now as 2 is a constant, constant is always written in front of the integration. 2 को आपने आगे ले आना है. So 1 remains inside. So integration of 1 is nothing but x. This is another formula of integration. Integration of 1 is nothing but x. So that after the integration is gone, the integrals are transferred on the right hand side. Okay. So 2 into, from the upper limit, you are subtracting the lower limit, 1 minus 0, which is again 1, 2 ones are 2. But हमको तो 1 लाना था, हमको आया 2, 2 is greater than 1. So what can you conclude? Here f of x is equal to 2 is not a PDF of a random variable x. So I hope the first sum is clear to you all. कुछ तो समझा होगा आप लोगों को in the first sum. If not, don't worry, we are going to solve 2 to 3 sums more. Usme try karo to understand what it is. But before this, please, you must be clear, at least you must have some knowledge of the concept of integration. The following is the PDF of a random variable x. So now this is already a PDF, ठीक है? मतलब integral a to b f of x dx already 1 hai. It is already proved. You have to find the probabilities of these 3 functions which are given to you. So let's have a look how to solve it. So this is the question which I have written again for you all. So we'll start with the first part. So for the first condition, x is less than 1.5. So that means अपना integrals क्या होगा? 0 and 1.5, because here there is no negative constraint given. It is 0 less than x less than 4. So from 0 to 4 के बीच में ही we have to take the values. Okay. So how will we start? Integral 0 to 1.5. The function given is x by 8 dx. Now 1 upon 8 is a constant, so I have to put that outside the integral sign. So integration 0 to 1.5 x dx. So what is integration of x class? X square upon 2. And once the integration sign is gone, we'll transfer the integral on the right hand side, 0 to 1.5. So x square into 1 gives you x square, 8 2s are 16, 0 to 1.5. So from the upper limit, we are going to subtract the lower limit. So 1.5 the whole square upon 16 minus 0 square upon 16 will give you 0. So आपका answer is 1.5, the whole square is 2.25 by 16. So you have found the first probability का answer. Simple. Chalo, moving on to the next sum. Can you give me any guesses? What will be the integral of the second probability? 1 less than x less than 2. Very good, class. So you'll take the integral 1 to 2. Very nice. What about x greater than 2? X greater than 2 मतलब 2 से बड़ा, लेकिन maximum up till where you can go 4. So what limit will you take for the third one? 2 to 4. Okay. So now let's have a look how to do this particular part. First we look at the second part over here on the left hand side. So integral 1 to 2 x upon 8 dx, the same procedure. I've taken 1 upon 8 outside. Integral of x gives you x square by 2. On multiplying you get x square by 16, and the integrals after the integration sign is gone is transferred to the right hand side like this. तो पहले हम 2 डालेंगे, so you will get 2 square upon 16 minus, now you will put 1 square upon 16. So 2 square is 4 minus 1 by 16, which gives you 3 by 16. So I hope you're clear with this particular part. Moving on to the third part, again the integrals are 2 to 4. So x upon 8, I've taken 1 upon 8 outside. Integration of x is x square upon 2. So x square upon 16, 2 to 4. So 4 square upon 16 minus 2 square upon 16. तो यहाँ पे आया 16 by 16 minus 4 upon 16. Now I did not cancel 16 because the denominators you want same. So as the denominators are same, you can subtract the numerator. Okay. So 16 minus 4 gives you 12 upon 16. The answer is 3 by 4. So with this, the second sum is over. The difference was here already it was a PDF. So you just had to find out the values of the probability. All right, class, clear? At least थोड़ा बहुत समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को? Okay. Coming to sum number 3. It is felt that error in measurement of reaction temperature in Celsius is an experiment, is a continuous random variable with PDF. So f of x का value दिया है x cube by 64 and the integrals given is 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 4. Otherwise it is 0. You have to first verify कि वो PDF है या नहीं. Then you have to find the probability of 0 less than x less than equal to 1. And then find the probability when x is between 1 and 3. So first आपको verify करना है and then you have to find the probabilities of both the questions asked. So let's see how to verify. तो verify के लिए हम क्या करते हैं class? Do you remember? For verification आपको prove करना है कि integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx should be equal to 1. You have to prove this. अगर आपको answer 1 आता है, then only you can say that it is a PDF. So again the integrals given were 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 4. So integral 0 to 4 x cube upon 64 dx. So I'll take 1 upon 64 in front of integration. So 1 upon 64 integral 0 to 4 x cube dx. Now what is integration of x cube? It is in the form of x raised to n. So the formula is x raised to 1 plus 1, n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Okay? And we are not writing plus c because reason is we have already given c ka limits. C ka value is between 0 to 4. So that is why x raised to 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1, you get x raised to 4 upon 4. And the integrals transfer on the right hand side. So you get x raised to 4 upon 256, 64 into 4. So we'll put first the upper limit, which is 4 raised to 4 upon 256 minus the lower limit is 0. So 4 raised to 4 is 256 by 256, answer is 1. So when you get 1, that means you have proved that the above function is a PDF of a random variable x. Now once you have proved that it is a PDF, aram se you can find the values of the probability. I just now explained you second sum. So you can just have a look at the possibilities. Coming to the first condition, 0 less than x less than equal to 1. So integration 0 to 1 x cube by 64 dx. I'll take 1 upon 64 outside. Integral of x cube is x raised to 4 upon 4. So x raised to 4 by 256. The first integral you will be putting is 1. So 1 raised to 4 upon 256 minus 0. Answer is 1 upon 256. Then they had asked you x lies between 1 and 3. So when x lies between 1 and 3, you can write it as probability of 1 less than x less than 3. So your integrals become integral 1 to 3. X cube upon 64, the same pattern. I'll take 1 upon 64 outside. Integral 1 to 3 x cube dx. It gives you x by 4, x raised to 4 upon 4, which gives you x raised to 4 upon 256. So first you will put 3 raised to 4. From that you will subtract 1 raised to 4, which is 1, and 3 raised to 4 is 81. So 81 minus 1 gives you 80 by 256. On reduction, I get the answer to be as 5 upon 16. So I've reduced it by 16 ka table. 16 5 is 80, and 16 into 16 is 256. So I hope you're clear with the 3 sums. We'll solve one more sum and then we'll stop for the day. So coming to sum number 4, which is having 2 parts in it. So please pay attention when we are solving this particular sum. Now you have to find the value of k if the following function represents the PDF of a random variable x. So now over here class, already again you have proved that it is given that the function is a PDF of x. You have to find the value of k over here. After finding the value of k for this particular sum, you have to find the probability of 1 by 4 less than x less than half. So let's see how the sum is solved. Okay, so f of x is a PDF of a random variable x. This is given to you all. So that means, can I say integration minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. So that means, can I say left hand side is equal to right hand side? So I can write 1 is equal to integral 0 to 2, as the condition given is 0 less than x less than 2. Kx dx, the function is kx. Now k stands for constant, so I'll remove k and write it in front of integration ka sign. So 1 is equal to k 0 to 2 x dx. Integration of x is x square by 2. So 1 is equal to k into x square by 2. The integrals transfer on the right hand side. So 1 is equal to k, 2 square upon 2 minus 0 square will give you 0. So 4 by 2, 2 ones are 2 2s are 4. 1 is equal to 2k. So k is equal to 1 upon 2 mil gaya. Now, as you have found out the value of k, now you can find the value of probability of 1 by 4 less than x less than 1 by 2. So, we'll write the integrals 1 by 4 to 1 by 2 kx dx. But you know the value of k. The value of k is half x dx. Now, half being a constant, I will remove it in front of integration. And integration of x is x square by 2. So the integrals transfer to the right hand side, 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. Now pay attention class carefully what has happened in the next step. So I'll zoom this a little bit so that you can understand. Now first we'll put the upper limit, which is half. So half the whole square upon 2 minus 1 upon 4 the whole square upon 2. So 1 upon 2 the whole square gives you 1 upon 4. And 1 upon 4 the whole square gives you 1 upon 16. Now class, when you have two denominators together, you can combine and multiply them. So this will become 1 upon 4 into 2 and this will become 1 upon 16 into 2. Now for those who didn't follow this step, 5th standard jaise chote bacche jaise I'll explain you all, because actually the concept is being taught in 4th or 3rd, 4th standard. So 1 upon 4 divided by 2 hai. So always if you have a confusion class, always write and practice like this. So 1 upon 4 divided by 2 है. So division gets converted into multiplication. So 1 upon 4 into होता है तो next वाला बंदा reciprocal हो जाता है. So understood कैसे आया 1 upon 4 into 2. In the similar manner 1 upon 16 divided by 2 करोगे. So 1 upon 16 into 1 upon 2 आएगा. Alright. So you get the answer 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 32. So now for doing the denominator same 8 को आप किससे multiply करोगे 3 से. Correct? Sorry 4 से. So 8 into 4 into 4. So you get 4 minus 1 upon 32. 1 upon 2 into 3 upon 32. So answer is 3 by 64. So I hope you all followed the concept. Rationalize कैसे करना है, denominator same कैसे करना है, and of course this concept which I taught you all just now. Okay. So I hope you all are clear with the first part of 4 ka. Question number 4 ka 1. Let's move on to the second part. Question number 4, the second part. Again, you have to find the value of k. The integrals are given, and after that you have to find the probability which is specified. Again 1 by 4 less than x less than half, and second one is x less than half, which you have to find out. So again the same procedure. PDF already है, वो दिया हुआ है हमको. So if it's a PDF, that means integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. That means you can say left hand side is equal to right hand side. So as you can see, I have written the left hand side is the question. Integral 0 to 1 kx 1 minus x dx is equal to 1 because it is a PDF. So now k is a constant, so I'll remove k outside, and I've opened the bracket. I've multiplied x, so x minus x square dx. Now there's a minus sign in between, तो minus क्या बोलता है, अलग अलग integrate करो. So integral 0 to 1 x dx minus integral 0 to 1 x square dx is equal to 1. So integration of x is x square upon 2. Integration of x square is x cube upon 3. The integrals gets transferred on the right hand side like this. पहले हम डालेंगे upper limit. So 1 square upon 2 minus 1 cube upon 3 minus 0, which is equal to 1. So k into half minus 1 upon 3 is equal to 1. So now you will do cross multiply or rationalize the denominator. So 3, 1 3s are 3 minus 1 2s are 2 upon 2 3s are 6. आपस में भी multiply होता है. I hope you all know that. So you get 3 minus 2 upon 6, which is 1 upon 6, which is equal to 1. So 6 will get transferred that side. So you get the answer k is equal to 6. So once you have got the answer k is equal to 6, now we can find probability 1 by 4 less than x less than half. So without wasting much time, let's have a look. The same pattern abhi jo kiya. So you will write integral 1 by 4 to 1 by 2, the question, but you know the value of k, it is 6. So we got just now. So you'll remove 6 outside the bracket before the integral and follow the same pattern. You will multiply x with the bracket, open the bracket, so this will become x minus x square. As there is a minus sign in between, you will separate both the brackets. So you will get integral 1 by 4 to 1 by 2 x dx minus integral 1 by 4 to 1 by 2 x square dx. So integration of x is x square by 2, integration of x square is x cube upon 3. The integrals gets transferred to the right hand side. The same logic now, class. First you will put half and then you will put 1 by 4. So as you can see, half the whole square upon 2 minus half the whole cube upon 3 में से you will subtract 1 upon 4 the whole square upon 2 minus 1 upon 4 the whole cube upon 3. So I hope you all are clear with this step as well. So 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 16 minus 1 upon 64 कैसे आता है? Now the same logic which I explained you all. दो denominators दिख रहे हैं तो वो combine हो जाएंगे, और I have explained you all how to check the logic. 1 upon 4 divided by 2 है, so division किस में convert हो जाएगा? Multiplication. So once it changes into multiplication, it becomes the reciprocal. So you get 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 2. So 1 upon 4 into 2 gives you 1 by 8. 1 upon 8 into 3 gives you 1 by 24. 1 upon 16 into 2 gives you 32. And 1 upon 64 into 3 gives you 192. So now again you will cross multiply and rationalize the denominator. 8 or 24 is, so you will multiply by 3. 8 3s are. That is why you get 3 minus 1 upon 24. And 32, 6 gives you 192. So 6 minus 1 upon 192. So you get 2 upon 24 minus 5 upon 192. Now 24 8s gives you 192. So 2 into 8 gives you 16. 16 minus 5 you get 6 into 11. 6 already ऊपर से ही आ रहा था. Continuous. So 6 into 11 upon 192 you get 66 upon 192, which is nothing but on reducing you get 11 by 32. 6 के table से cancel किया है. So probability of 1 by 4 less than x less than half is 11 by 32. Again you have to find out the B part, x less than half. So again the same part. Now x less than half का मतलब है half से छोटे numbers you have to take. So half से छोटे maximum will go up to 0. Correct? Negative अपन लेते नहीं. So 0 to half. Integral 6x 1 minus x dx. तो 6 बाहर निकालेंगे. Same procedure, x multiply करेंगे. You will open the bracket. So you will get x dx minus x square dx. दोनों का integration with the integrals put together. So x square upon 2 minus x cube upon 3. तो पहले आप half डालोगे because 0 डाल के will be getting 0, the lower limit. So half square minus half cube. So half square 1 upon 2 gives you 1 upon 4 into 2 gives you 1 upon 8. Then half cube gives you 8, and I guess in the denominator there's 3. So 8 3s gives you 24. Again rationalize करेंगे आप denominator. So 8 into 3 gives you 24. So 3 minus 1 by 24, 2 by 24. On cutting you get the answer 1 upon 2, which is 0.5. So with this class we have finished exercise 8.2k 1, 2, 3 and 4 sums. I hope you all must have followed the logic. If not, first go and study integration, revise the formulas and then come to this particular exercise. So stay tuned class, keep watching the videos and keep practicing. I stop here for today. If any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. All right. So take care, stay safe till we meet in the next lecture. I stop here for today. Thank you so much class for listening to me.